So I think a good step would be to actually take our complaints and our problems with the security state to the people who are funding this work. So let's talk to the corporations who are behind support for the politicians that are enforcing or coming up with the laws and regulations that are actually breaking our constitutional rights. Let's actually interfere with business and stop them from doing things that we don't like them from doing.
Don't know what to do, but the secret is really engagement and positivity. There has to be, from the ground up and grassroots, definitive action and speech.
My name is Helen Anderson, and a congressman told me that they pay more attention to telephone calls than anything else. So we need to all bombard every congressman's telephone with complaints about surveillance and torture of citizens of the world. And our legal profession has let us down. It is now lawless America. We have no right to get our cases into court if we do have a serious case against the government.
What do you think we should do after this rally?
I think it would be good to declare ourselves American citizens. We're not radicals, we're not wild-eyed, we're American citizens just like everybody else who deserves the right to privacy, who deserves not to be surveilled, who's not under suspicion for no reason, because that's really the definition of tyranny. That's not democracy, that's tyranny. Next step would be to hold these people, especially the folks who put it together and the people who oversee it, on trial. Basically bring them to justice.
So what do you think we should do after this rally? What comes next?
Well, one idea that I have is I'd really like to very proactively and vocally assert the right for assembly among citizens without government surveillance. That's a clear application of the principle of privacy, and I just want to send a message to the government to step back, and I'd like to see us as a community start to reassert that right to have discussions about what we should do about our increasingly lawless government, and that we should have the privacy to discuss that free from surveillance.
What should happen next? What do you think about the Sensenbrenner-Leahy bill that's coming out?
Well, I just read a summary last night, and I'm very concerned that the language of the bill that addresses the bulk collection, Section 215 of the Patriot Act, it sounds like they're going to be, rather than stopping the bulk collection, they're going to be just trying to put more rules in place about how it can be accessed, which is not what I want. It's not what Montgomery County Civil Rights Coalition wants, and it's not what a lot of members of this coalition want. So my hope is that if that bill is the bill that is the best we're going to be able to get to the floor, that this coalition stand up and insist on amendments to that, or actual changes to that language that addresses the bulk collection. And I think that should be the focus, rather than, while we have everyone's attention now, rather than letting that dwindle away, let them get away with a PR type bill that doesn't actually stop or change the situation.
Basically, when it comes to surveillance, we're being ignored, we're being laughed at. So the fight is just beginning. We're marching today for our freedoms and our rights so we don't be surveilled and spied on. So I would strongly suggest that since our civil liberties are being threatened, that we have to do civil disobedience. When you're civilly obeying the law, nothing happens. When you civil disobey the law, they listen to you. That's my point.
What do you think we should do after the rally? What comes next?
I mean, we need to turn this into a movement. We need to go out to a giant picnic with all of these citizens, or to a bar, or to a potluck, because people don't know each other anymore. We need to turn this march into a movement that grows across the country of people who know and care about each other, and then we need to target elected officials carefully with citizen activism to let them know that if they don't roll back the Patriot Act, we will work to defeat them in the next congressional elections. And also educate each other about what the Constitution needs. That matters. We can't get used to this.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So what do you think we should do after the rally, Mr. NSA man?
Well, since I'm all about creating jobs, I think we should start installing more cameras and more listening devices throughout the city. It's going to create jobs. It's going to make people feel more safe and more secure. It's going to, keep us safe from the bad guys, the terrorists. So, we're here to protect you.
Well,
right?
Thanks, I guess.
Yeah, and you're very welcome. And we really are big fans of you. We haven't met officially, but we think you're doing a great job.
I feel better.
And tell your mom we said hi. Great.